We have run out of time for questions now. We're going to finish with a closing from you both. Allegra, you spoke first. If you could kick off again for the closing remarks.
Sure. Well, look, thank you again, everybody, for joining and for your, I think, really important questions. This election is a really important election. I was earlier with Chris Barry, who's the former head of the Defence Forces in Australia, and he said that climate is our biggest security risk, and the government's first priority must be to keep the security of its people. And so I'm standing really because I think this is an absolutely crucial election. And I think you've got a choice. I think you have a choice between, someone who is willing to stand for the values of the community every single time around climate, around action on integrity, around a future-focused economy, and around, what are the values of this society. And every single time I will vote, I will advocate, and I will put forward legislation that aligns to the values of this community. We talked about, Dave's spoken about getting things done. And as I said, I ran businesses for the last 12 years. For me, I want to make this country better. And I think that's about, I can build consensus with anyone. And that's what I will try and do if I'm elected as an independent.
Allegra, thank you. Dave Sharma, your closing remarks. Thanks.
Thank you, Kieran. Well, look, thanks all for your time and your contributions today. This is a really important election. It's taking place at a time of great uncertainty, and your vote will count. It'll count here in Wentworth, and it'll count nationally because it's going to be a competitive election. So I just urge you to exercise that vote wisely. If you don't have a candidate who's got policies that address some of the biggest challenges facing Australia, be it the economy or national security, then I'd say to you, don't risk that uncertainty. If you've got a candidate who's campaigning on slogans but doesn't have policies or detailed costings to back them up, or an articulation of how they'll get things done in Parliament, then I'd say don't risk the uncertainty. If you've got a candidate who won't tell you who they're going to support to form government in the event of a hung Parliament, then I'd say don't risk the uncertainty. Now, I'm standing here. You know who I am. You know what I stand for. You know how I've worked to deliver for this community. You know my record, and you know our policies. And I'd say don't risk the uncertainty. Vote for a stronger Australia and a stronger future.
Dave Sharma, Allegra Spender, and everyone in the room, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good job, Dave. Yeah, you too.